Day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Medieval Knights, the channel that brings you the best in Let's Plays, tips and trick videos, and streams every Wednesday and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am TJ West. If you enjoyed this video, smash those like buttons and subscribe to follow Medieval Knights. Today on our Let's Play Season 1, Episode 15, yeah, we're getting up there. We're going to be building a barn today. As you can see up in the upper right-hand corner, that's one of our objectives for the quest chapter 5, a farm. So that's what we're going to try to knock out today. We do need to find our tools. So maybe they're in our house. Alright. Let's see there. Alright. Now we have our axe. We're going to equip it to number 2. There, so we still have our crossbow out, and we're gonna go across the river here and just log this out real quick, and that's gonna help us get the logs that we're gonna need for our barn. Alright, there's one. We're just gonna smack a bunch of them down and then come through and debranch them all and then cut them up. So I do need to find some water over here real quick. And then I will need to find some food soon. I don't need to right now. We're still pretty full. So we're just going to keep chopping some trees down. That's 3, 6. It's three logs per spruce if you don't pull up the stump. So, and I'm not going to pull up these stumps. I do want them to grow back. Now remember, when you chop trees down, if you use a shovel and pull up the stumps after you've chopped it down, it will not respawn there. So really, when you chop them down, just kind of leave the stumps there and you can actually either build around them or try to incorporate them into your build, which is what I'm going to do over there when it's all said and done. It's going to look really nice. Alright, there's a bunch of them. We're going to go ahead and chop some of these up just to clear this ground cover here. See where we're at. So there's 6. There's 9 logs when I finally pick them up. There's 12 logs. And now I am also going to grab the feathers. The feathers are useful for crafting arrows and bolts and just basically all around the things that you're going to want to throw at the animals attacking you. So it's pretty good to just keep an eye out for them and pick them up whenever you can find them. A lot of times you'll find them when you're logging trees and whatnot, so just something to keep an eye out for. Like here, I've got a bunch of them over here. I picked up a stone I didn't need, but that's okay. Then inside there's a feather. So yeah, there's just a bunch all around. When you log trees like this, it seems like maple gives you the least amount of feathers and birch gives you the most. But they fall down and sometimes the tree itself will actually force the feather to despawn. So you gotta keep an eye out for that. It's one of those little tricky functions that they put in the game. And I don't think it's on purpose. I think it is supposed to overlap. It's just something that happens with the programming and the way it's coded. So it's no big deal. It's just something you gotta look out for. Alright, so we're going to drop these logs in here, and then the feathers, and the sticks, and that stone, and the straw. And then we're going to go continue to get more. I do think that that was enough to actually build the barns, so we might just do that, get that started. We do need to log this, so we have it. Because even though we get the foundation set down, we are still going to need to use logs for the individual parts of the barn. So it's a good idea to have more than what you actually need. So there's that, and then there's that, and then there's a couple feathers here. They're kind of hard to see if you're not looking out for them. You can use, once you have, let's go to the skills here, so hunting? No, not hunting, it's survival. So once you have this here, once you spend a skill point on that, you can actually use your inspector mode and see them on the ground. Sorry about that. Clicked it too many times. Alright, and now I'm pretty sure there's more logs over here. Yeah, if we use inspector mode, we could see them. Now, I'm not going to toss these in the resource storage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let them roll down into the stream there, because that's about where I'm going to set the barn anyway. So if I let it roll down into the stream, the stack of them, then I'll have it closer to my build site. Like right here. Wrong button. Well, I mean, it was the right button, but it went to the wrong place. Okay, so then we drop those, and then they'll roll downhill into the stream there, where we'll need them. So we're going to go up to this one, we're going to pull out our building hammer, and we're going to go pick these logs up over here. Or, yeah, the logs. And now we're going to go place where the barn will actually sit. And I'm actually going to place this one over here, just because I normally keep my animals over here anyway, so this is going to be the best place for that. Oh, I need 2 more. Okay, I'm going to chop down this tree right here and use those logs. How's that sound? Another thing I like to do is when I finally get established enough to where I have a good source of income as far as arrows go and bolts and whatnot, I'll take the different bows that you can craft and the ones you can buy, such as I'll take a crossbow and a regular bow, and I'll set up a target over there, and then I'll judge how far away the shot is. And so, like, I'll mark out 50 yards, and then I'll come back and try to get to 100 yards and still score a hit on the target and whatnot. And I just mark it out with simple fences. That way I could just walk up to the fence, take a couple shots to get my aim about right, so I know where to aim when I go hunting and whatnot. And it's just kind of nice. Alright, now we do have the logs we need for this, I believe. So we're going to set this right about, we want it closer to the road, but a little bit off it. So right about there. See, now I'm going to bring a fence that comes up the road up to about the area here, and then kind of curve it in. So you'll actually have to go through the barn to get to the animal area. And then there will be a short fence that cuts across from here, and a log wall as well. You'll see, it'll be great. So anyway, we need to continue that build. So we need to pull out the wooden hammer, and we are running short on time for this build, so we do need to kind of hurry up. Ooh, that's way overweight. Okay, I'm gonna drop 3 of them. There we go. And now I'm gonna try and go over here as fast as possible. Get a screenshot there of that. That. Alright, so we need 1 there, and then 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Does that one need 1? Yes. Okay. Alright, so that should be good now with that. 1 there. So we need 3, 6, 7 more logs, and a whole bunch of sticks. So I'm gonna go ahead and start placing some of these sticks. I'm gonna go ahead and start placing some of these sticks down. Alright, well, I'm gonna head back to my resource storage and grab some sticks from here and grab all the straw that I have. It's not much. Alright, and then we should be able to complete just about everything we need with the sticks. And then we might have to sleep so you can see it, because I know my videos are when it's dark at night in the game, it's hard for people to see on the playback. So I am gonna go ahead and sleep real quick, just to make it more visible for the viewing community, more easier on the eyes, if you will. Now we need to pull the hammer back out. And then we're just gonna keep smacking away with the sticks. Just building the barn. The fields will come next, and then after that we need to start getting some, so tomorrow we will probably start recruiting villagers to actually work farms. Because the farm doesn't require anything to build, I just have to mark it out, and then a field worker will actually do all the work for it. I just have to mark it out, so I think tomorrow we'll go ahead and get a field worker and plot out the area of the field, and then let them start working it. Now I'm not sure if I'm gonna need seeds, so I might want to stop and just grab a seed of every kind and pop it in my barn, just in case my people need it to actually do what they're supposed to do. The actual game mechanics are supposed to be that you need to provide your villagers with the resources they'll need. So, in other words, in order for me to have my villagers plant a certain food, I would need seeds for that food in my barn. Now, that only happens for the first time you want to plant something, because after you harvest, you typically do get seeds for that particular food or grain. Because once you thresh it on the barn floor, if it is a grain, then you get the seeds from it. So it's really just the first time you'll need to pay for it. And then after a while, you'll be selling seeds in no time. I think one harvest on a different save file I had, 2,200 flax grain. And flax grain sells for 400 a piece. Or not 400, but 4 gold a piece. And it was because of that. That's like 8,800 gold right there, just sitting in flax grain. That's not including any iron hammers that I had built by my villagers and all the other things that go along with it. The sellable items. Now with the hunting lodge, I typically have my sewing hut, once we have one built, I'll have them do like simple bags and whatnot to sell. Because you can carry quite a bit of them, they don't really go for much, but it also eliminates some weight out of your resource storage by using up the leather. So, now I am, before I end this episode here, I am going to go check the resource storage and check out the amount of actual weight that it can hold, because I heard that they just fixed it and they increased its capacity, but you cannot go over that capacity now. So I wouldn't be able to put something into the resource storage if it was over capacity. Used to be able to. I believe they took that out now. So we just need a whole bunch of straw. We only had 14 before. I think it's either 6 or 8 per section, and we have 4 more sections to do, maybe even 5. It depends on whether they split that other side up in 2 or if they split it up into 3. I think it's only 3 and the tavern is a 2. Or I'm sorry, I think it's only a 2 and the tavern ends up being a 3. But I'm not too sure on that. I can't English very well today. Alright, so we're just picking some reeds. We did gain a level in survival, so we'll go ahead and spend that. Yeah, we'll do that. Make it to where I don't have to eat and drink as much. And actually, it's looking like I need to eat now. So we're gonna finish this up, get this barn built. I'm gonna eat real quick, and then we will save it there and call that an episode. It's looking like about 15 minutes to build the barn. But that's okay. That's about between 10 and 20 minutes is how I like to keep these Let's Play episodes. I like to tick at it and just kind of, you get to see my process as I do it this way, because I do it in smaller sections. Now that does mean it does take longer for me to actually get to the final stages, but that's okay. I do have another save file that I've been streaming, and on that I end up playing and interacting with the community and whatnot for a couple hours there. So, if you'd like to join me on a stream, I stream Wednesdays and Fridays at 3 p.m. It's a good time usually. Oh, I broke my hammer. Let me see if I can make it up. I can! Yay, we don't have to go anywhere. Alright, so I do kind of need to hurry this up. So we are going to smack this together. It's a very American way to do things. Just hit it with a hammer, it'll build itself. Alright, so we're gonna grab something to eat, and I think that's where we're gonna end it today. Lords and ladies, I need food. Okay, so there, and then we'll take a flatbread. Alright, so let's eat. Soup, flatbread. And then we're gonna go end this the right way in our house. We don't necessarily need to start a fire because it is summertime, as you can see in the top there. And thank you all again for joining me today. If you would like to see more, subscribe to Medieval Knights and ring that bell to be notified of future uploads. If you like this video, please don't forget to smack those like buttons. I am TJ West, and Medieval Knights goes live every Wednesday and Friday starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me. I had a great time today. I hope you did as well. Thanks again, and let's keep it medieval, people.